The Soup presents Shock and Ew, TV's most cringeworthy moments, featuring celebrities who leave a bad taste in your mouth.
And I'm throwing up and throwing up.
Stuff you didn't need to see but don't want to miss.
Much more naughty.
And questions you don't want the answers to.
Even your junkie trunk?
Plus, private parts in public places and a chance at showers.
You're a father's nightmare.
Now, here's the host who's into this kind of thing, Joel McHale.
Thank you, interns. Welcome to the Soup Presents Shock and Ew. These TV moments are loud, jarring, and should act as a warning to North Korea. What is shock and ew? I'll let Tyra explain.
When I'm sitting on the toilet, I eat the toilet paper.
Real people obsessed with eating outrageous things.
I eat like a half a roll a day.
Next on New Tyra.
No, wait! Tyra isn't talking about herself! Shocking! Is it two-ply? Right now, let's get into our first batch of clips. Stars, they're just as gross as us. Spending a couple of weeks in the jungle on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here could change anyone. In Spencer Pratt's case, it made America think he is a self-absorbed dipwad and made him feel even more self-important, so it didn't change him at all. But it was awesome.
And Heidi's like, I don't know if we made the right decision, Spencer. We need to pray on it. She pulls out her Bible. We're by the creek. She starts reading these passages. I felt perfect before I just started throwing up, just non-stop, just throwing up. And Heidi's like, do you want me to stop reading? I'm like, no, keep reading. And I'm throwing up and throwing up. And I just fall into this creek and like float away. And I get out. I'm like, we got to go back.
Wait, did you say Heidi kept reading or Heidi kept singing? You're right, that was low. Tyra Banks loves to ask gross personal questions. Kim Kardashian loves to talk about herself. You get these two together and they could go back and forth for hours like Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal. Watch Kim put a nice emasculating spin on the return of Tyra's icky serve.
I have to ask you the ultimate love question.
Yes.
Psst. Midnight, and oh my gosh, Kim Kardashian has cramps. You don't want to go to the store by yourself or even leave because you just need to be in the covers. Is Reggie going to go to Rite Aid and buy your tampons?
Of course. He's done that before.
Yeah?
I swear.
He has?
Last cycle, I was like, babe, I really need you to go to the store and get me some tampons. And he got the perfect one. I said, get this kind. He did it perfectly.
What kind?
No, Tyra, the ultimate love test would be making Reggie sit through an episode of your show. There's a purpose for buying tampons. Donald Trump is a real estate mogul and a TV star, but as we see from this Celebrity Apprentice clip, his true passion is other people's saliva.
I hired a cute boy to play my husband.
He gave you a pretty hard kiss, though, this guy, didn't he?
That's okay with me.
I saw those lips lock, and you looked like you were enjoying it, too, Brandy.
I was very into my thing, and I was doing my thing,
Yeah,
so
kissing
I
that
didn't see
good-looking guy. He's dead.
Because I was just focusing,
Does he have
and
any
I
idea who you're married to, Brandy?
What's
when
that?
he stuck his tongue down your throat?
No, he kissed me on the cheek.
Oh, okay.
But I do try.
That's not what I saw.
That's where he got the idea for the Trump tonsil polisher. It turns the back of your throat into a velvety penthouse with that special tenant in your life. Can you even see your own hair, dude? All right. Also on Celebrity Apprentice, the teams were challenged to create a viral internet video for all brand detergent. And believe me, I wish I were making up the fact that Clint Black created an advertisement about masturbation. In the ad, the character played by Clint Black is an adulterer whose secret code for sex with his wife is doing the dirty laundry. So he calls his wife, propositions her via the laundry code phrase, and is rejected. Then the Clint Black character sneaks into the laundry room and grabs a bottle of liquid detergent implicitly to use as lubricant. I wish this was not true, but it is. From there on, it gets kind of weird. See what you can make of it.
Hello.
Hey, sweetie. I can't wait to see you when I get home. Gonna do some dirty laundry tonight?
No, not tonight.
All right.
We can do it tomorrow night, I promise.
All right.
My housework was a little easier than I thought it would be. We could still do the dirty laundry if you want to.
No, that's okay, sweetie. It was a small load. I did it by hand.
Is that all?
Yes, it was all. Small and mighty. All small and mighty.
You know when you're at the laundromat and before you can get your clothes out of the washer, someone else has taken them out and dry humped them while staring directly into the surveillance camera and singing a Prince song? He's that guy. Dancing with the Stars judge Bruno Tagnoli doesn't often give contestants any kind of useful advice in his critiques, but while judging 17-year-old Olympic gymnast Shawn Johnson, he does give cops what they need to get a search warrant to go through his van.
I have a little thing to tell you. You've got to work on the naughtiness. I want you to be naughty. Much more naughty and flirtatious.
She's 17.
Bruno will forever be a part of our cultural landscape. Someday, there will be a law named after him. I look forward to the day when I can drive down the highway and see a Bruno alert. Isabella Rossellini made a series of short films explaining the reproductive habits of animals and called them green porno because people probably wouldn't watch something called I'm Inside a Whale's Vagina, Get Me Out of Here.
I would.
I guess this is supposed to teach children something, so I don't know why it's on Sundance.
A penis has disadvantages in water because it produces drag. If I was a whale, I would tuck it inside my body. And when needed, I can have an erection 6 feet long and stick it inside a female. Penises, all trying to get as close as possible to my eggs. But I would have a tunnel, and it would be a labyrinth. It would be species-specific, so that I'm not screwed by a bear.
Look, if you don't want to get screwed by a bear, why don't you just show him your 6-foot whale? In this next batch of clips, something came out wrong. For this guy in American Idol, it's his tongue.
Ain't no valley big enough to make me go you, babe.
You're never, ever in a million billion years going to win a show like this or become... No, oh, no.
Can I sing something else?
I can sing something else. I can wash a car without my hands. I'm good with wallpaper. You know, the way he sings Ain't No Mountain High Enough actually sounds like a threat. La Dead to Lady is an Australian reality series that takes poorly behaved Australian women and gives them more attention by putting them on television. In this clip, they haven't quite attained lady status yet.
Now the Ladettes embark on a drunken rebellion. They even stash bottles for later.
Peace, peace indeed, just like John Lennon predicted. Imagine there's no indoor plumbing. Thanks, Australia. Our next Shock and Ew clip features Elizabeth Hasselbeck, who is nothing like a drunken Australian girl peeing in the street. She is polite and well-behaved and always says what's on her mind, which in this clip is part of the problem.
It reaches masses, and I asked my tweets. Tweets are like peeps. I asked my tweets. Before I came my Twitter, and I said, we're tweets.
We're actually twisters.
And some people say my twiggas, and you got my twiggas, the T-word.
That made me so happy, I can't even tell you.
Twiggas.
That word, by the way, has not been buried.
I told you.
Twiggers has not been buried.
Twiggers. Twiggers.
Sorry, I said twiggers.
It is twigger. But I asked
Elizabeth, don't use that word. You sound like Twitler. I was truly shocked by this Hills clip because it doesn't seem scripted. Heidi invited her high school friend Colby out to dinner, and he brought his girlfriend, who's a big fan of Heidi and her work. The work she's had done.
How's your vacation?
She's spent 2 days on a rodeo drive.
Girl after my own heart.
Before, so. Man, it's different. It's a different world. But I mean, there's good stuff
you
too.
Look different. I've seen pictures. Colby's mom showed me pictures, and like, you look so different. You don't even look like the same person. Do you guys want a cocktail or anything?
Yeah, get them drunk. That will totally make her stop telling the truth. And neither of them, they didn't yell cut. That's so weird. Reporter Michael Okwu was just trying to fill the hours and hours of empty airtime the Today Show was devoting to Michael Jackson coverage when the law of averages caught up with him and one bad sentence came out. Luckily, it didn't seem to bother him much.
If, in fact, he is buried here, he'll have some very serious Hollywood company. We know that Liberace is buried here, Betty White is buried here, David Carradine, who died recently, buried here as well. But again, we're waiting to see whether Michael Jackson might make it out of here in his casket and go straight to the Staples Center with the family once this ceremony is done. Meredith?
Michael, okay, and also one quick correction that I think Betty White will appreciate. You said that she was buried at Forest Lawn. She's alive. It's Betty Davis, I think is who you meant. So, Michael, thank you very much.
Okay, Meredith, then why am I staring at a bound and bludgeoned Betty White lying in a hole at my feet? We'll be right back.
Don't go away. There's more Shock and Ew, including a stiff drink with Andrew Zimmern, a peek at Miley's love life, and a bad case of razor burn.
His testicles are bleeding.
Why is Fox Wednesday?
Welcome back to the Soup Presents Shock and Ew, a soup special so special we had to make up a word that describes it. Ew. I wish I could make up the stuff in this next batch of clips, but they all contain something I didn't need to see or know. Just like a carton of spoiled Chinese food, one whiff and I have to shove it in your face too. Access Hollywood put the ew in Hollywood with this report on 16-year-old Miley Cyrus. I repeat, 16-year-old Miley Cyrus.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and up for air. You won't see that on Hannah Montana.
But Sesame Street is using it to teach kids how to count. Access Hollywood's Billy Bush, what do you think about that?
It's gross.
Exactly. RuPaul's Drag Race is a show where men try as hard as they can to look like women, including wearing wigs, makeup, and shaving their loins. There is only one way to describe that.
It's gross.
Damn right. On their reunion show, the guys told us how they tuck and pluck to make their outies appear to be innies.
Ew.
And when RuPaul asks, did our graphics suddenly get like 1,000 times better?
They're cheap.
Wait, get back in here. It's Billy Bush from Access Hollywood, everyone. Billy Bush. Right? Why are you here and how are you real?
Joel, it's a law of the entertainment news show universe. If you play a clip of somebody 3 times, they appear on your set.
Kill the other Tyra clips. Kill them. Thank you. That's awesome. I noticed I haven't appeared on your show yet.
You will. We just finished our own Joel McHale graphic.
Here comes the...
We just need you to get arrested, divorced, adopt an orphan, win albino of the year 3 times, and Joel, you are on.
What? Hush my butt. Billy Bush, everyone. Billy Bush. Thank you, Billy. He might have just shortened his career. RuPaul's Drag Race Reunited was unlike other reality show reunion specials. Instead of hitting each other with shoes and spitting, the contestants shared their cross-dressing secrets. I didn't need to know them.
I am extremely hairy. I shave my body every which direction possible.
Even your junkie trunk, because your butt is so beautiful and smooth, do you have to shave that?
Yeah, actually, I shave my ass probably every other day.
Wow. Well, thank you, ladies.
Yes, I shave my junkie trunk every other day. Tain't lying to you. Your junkie trunk. Not far from the taint lies Andrew Zimmern's show, Bizarre Foods. On any given episode, you can see Andrew sampling the private parts of various mammals and sea creatures. However, it was this meal in Africa that made me feel sympathy for his taste buds.
Cows are too valuable to be killed for this purpose. Instead, the Maasai shoot a small arrow at close range to puncture the jugular vein. Men and women and children all drink blood.
I want my blood fresh.
All right, drink it now.
You gotta be careful, kind of like eating a milkshake. The lumps all rush out at once.
Breathe now. You're gonna make it, buddy. Here, drink some water. Drink some water. Drink some water. There you go.
Oh, the burn is messed up.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, poor guy. It takes a lot to be a supermodel, but Dracula's so small. But a lot less to be a reality show. On the reality show, Make Me a Supermodel. Brandon was on the reality show because he doesn't possess the necessary skills to do the intricate maintenance to be a supermodel.
Before the shoot, I went in to go shave. And I cut it.
Apparently, his testicles, are bleeding. I'm sorry. There was no way to sugarcoat that one. His testicles are bleeding.
I can sugarcoat them.
Why don't you get out of here?
I can make them Cajun style, too.
Look, weren't you just nauseated? Okay, enough ew. How about some shock? These next clips aren't exactly the crying game, but they do have all the twist I was expecting. Oh! We have a title card for everything I say. I wasn't expecting that. What? So stupid. That's the dumbest thing we've ever done. One Tree Hill is a drama about the young inhabitants of a city in North Carolina. You would not think much happens there, but in one chunk of television, just seconds long, this clip will give you hope, then crush it, then confuse you, then make you think you're watching a skit at a summer camp.
Dr. Jameson, please call extension 2524. Dr. Jameson, please call extension 2524. Dr. Casper to the ER. Dr. Casper to the ER. Nurse Henderson to admitting. Nurse Henderson to
I'm beginning to think we shouldn't allow dogs in hospitals or living organs to be transported in beer coolers. And we shouldn't make the transplant patients wait in the lobby to meet the bicycle messenger delivering the beating vital organ. Just drop it off at the loading dock. Less can go wrong. Still a more responsible hospital than Seattle Grace. Willard Scott may go down as the most clipped person in soup history, yet he always manages to show us there is still something in the tank and creates uncomfortableness even when doing something as simple as wishing someone a 100th birthday.
Celia Cole, Tampa, Florida. Get this. You're going to hear me right. 100 years old, her secret to longevity is having an extra piece of skin over her forehead. She's a fantastic cook. Isn't? I didn't make it up.
She also attributes her loneliness to her extra piece of skin on her forehead. We'll be right back.
Hang on for more shock and do, including a doctor who will make you sick, families who love each other too much, and the mother of all uncomfortable clips.
He had a horrible death because I had incredible sex.
Welcome back to the Super Sense Shock and Ew, TV's most cringeworthy clips. Here comes the surge. This last batch of clips comes from that which makes us the most uncomfortable and horrified, our families. These moments wouldn't be nearly so creepy and shocking if the people weren't related. On Southern Bells, a Southern gentleman is just trying to protect his precious daughter by running through a list of every horrible thing that could happen to her. The last most horrible thing seems to be him.
I just worry about you out there.
Dad, you would
Just
worry about
worry
me
about
if I was in the middle of the Bible Belt.
Football players wanting to show up and play with my 13-year-old daughter. Is Emily here? And I'm going, what? You lost creep? You give me a lot to worry about. I mean, driving your car into a lake, maturing early, dynamite looker. I mean, what is there not to worry about? You're a father's nightmare.
Yeah, you should take your father's advice. Put a bag over your head and drive through the sidelines of a football game and into a lake. It will make your dad sleep better. Believe it! How do you pick a shocking moment for someone who shared a bed with 2 other concubines and an octogenarian on her last show? With a clip that bridges the gap between that prior creepy show and this new normal show where she meets her future in-laws.
Well, I brought something for you guys. I don't know if this is inappropriate or not, but I just, you know, it just came out. I just wanted you guys to have it. And
oh, thank you. Dad, you're not allowed to look at the pictures.
No, don't, just the cover.
I love you. I always want. Hey, we'll cherish this.
That's right.
Oh my, Kendra, you do have a terrific vagina. Of all of Hank's girlfriend's vaginas, this is the nicest one. I will cherish this. Son, give Kendra's, mom a picture of Hank's basket. Here you go. Isn't this weird? The Secret Life of the American Teenager supposedly chronicles an average American teenager. The average American teenage girl will have many awkward conversations with her mother over the course of a lifetime. This girl got them all out in one fell swoop.
It's not a mystery. I had sex, and now Dad is dead. And he had a horrible death because I had incredible sex. And if I hadn't done it, if I hadn't had sex, and if I hadn't enjoyed having sex so much, then Dad would still be alive. And you know it, Mom.
Well, if you had let the donkey finish, he wouldn't have started that killing rampage. Scroll. I don't even know. This guy's family, mercifully, isn't in this last clip. This clip is in its own category and will be until the Emmys creates one for it. If you've never heard of the show Bite Me with Dr. Mike, let me explain it to you. It's a guy who tries really hard to get diarrhea.
I run the risk of contracting diarrhea. That's not what I'm after. I'm looking for something much bigger and much scarier. Run with me on this one. Literally. Oh, yes. You're gonna cry. Bear with me. Oh, can you get me some water? Please. Some water? Bottle of water. Is that okay? Don't come too close. You don't want to go over there, I tell you. I feel quite privileged to have got those out of my system. I feel a lot happier with them out than in. Certainly, I'm a lot more comfortable. All that's left to do now is clean up.
Ladies, he's a doctor. That's it for The Soup Presents Shock and Ooh. We'll be back with an all-new episode of The Soup on Friday night.